So for those of you who have followed this channel for any length of time, you know that I absolutely love horses and trail rides and anything Western. So I was going back through some old photographs while I was home last weekend. I brought a few of them with me. So I'm doing like a bit of a slideshow here. I want to show you I think it was a 3-day horse ride we did from my old small farm where I lived before and where I am now. It was a great place to go horse riding. There was all sorts of old mountain trails, and you could ride for 2 or 3 days and hardly see anybody. It was pretty nice. So anyway, y'all enjoy. So this scene is in the field between my house and barn on my old place. This little cowboy is my son that's in the Marines now. This is a farrier that we hired locally, and that's one of the stalls in my barn. There's us still kind of scattered around before we take off again. There's my daughter Charity walking down to the creek at our campsite. This is one of the best views you'll ever see between the ears of a horse, no matter what you're looking at. This one's Sugar. Sugar was a fantastic kid's horse. Can't remember this horse's name, but this is the one I was riding. It's a little old Jack we had running around the pasture. This is a place we called Indian Rock. It was a couple miles back in the woods behind our house, and you see there's a lot of teenagers there that tagged it, made it look really bad. Now if you'll notice this guy's right hind leg, it's really straight. Not my Ryan, but the horse, that is. Called him Outlaw. He had something wrong with that leg. It was really straight when he stretched it out like that, but he could walk and run and it never seemed to bother him at all. So Ryan covered quite a few miles on him. Another shot of on the trail. Now this one's from a different horse ride several years later. This was my mother-daughter Suffolk Belgium cross pair that we trained to harness and to pull that wagon. Had a sign hanging on the back of that wagon that said alternative powered vehicle, caution, do not step in exhaust. That particular ride we went from Kentucky to Alabama, about 130 miles I think it was. And here we're back to my little cowboy on one of the older rides that we did. Campsite. More pictures on the trail, and my little girl Charity being a clown riding backwards. Here's Sugar again with my oldest daughter Nicole. Some of you may know her from the dispatch office if you've used our dispatch service. That was John's horse, a good friend of ours that rode with us. We were crossing a creek way back in the woods, old logging road, 4-wheeler trail. Here's one we're out in an old logged over patch, starting to grow back over. There's another one from back before we left, and a final one out on some old logging road several miles from the house. Hope y'all enjoyed. This is more recent, 2 summers ago I think. Me in the middle on one of my all-time favorite horses, Jimbo, who is also a camp horse down there where the Paperwork Princess is. This is me on the left, my son-in-law in the middle, and my youngest son on the right at the Big Poplar, which is a tree near us where we currently live. And this is my oldest grandson. He was about 3.5, 4-ish at that point. Raising him right.